nearly died. I actually just nearly died. Okay, no, that's a bit of an exaggeration. I've already calmed down a little bit. Sometimes you just need to be dramatic. So, I've just been mountain biking and I had a bit of a scare. I actually don't think I've been that scared for ever. It's been a really long time. I was taking, so probably the hardest route of the day, this sexy little red number, which is a bit gnarly, and I just got overconfident. So I'm like bombing it down this like route, and I take a corner like quite fast, and I then shot up this other corner and onto this like verge, and then like broke, and then just fell over, basically. Just like had a fall, just took a tumble. Where I was in a group situation, there were people, and there were people behind me. I was so anxious just to get back up and get on the bike, because I didn't want to create like a bottleneck, and like I didn't want to be like a pain for everyone, you know. And also, like, because I'm like the new one in the group and I haven't been doing it that long, I just didn't want to be like, you know, I just didn't want to be like sort of like, you know, patronised, even though I probably wouldn't be. Everyone fucking falls over. But I just had this like anxiety of like, oh, okay, get on the bike, don't like ruffle any feathers, don't hold everyone up, like I just, you know. So then I jumped back on the bike really fast and carried on. That's when things start. I should have just calmed down then. I'm shooting down the rest of this red route, and I have no control over the bike. Like, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what the actual fuck is going on? I couldn't reach the brakes. I couldn't control the front thing, so I ended up just like, I don't know what the fuck happened to me. I just shot off into the middle of nowhere, like kind of like going through all these trees, and it's just like, oh fucking hell, excuse my language. Anyway, so, you know, one of the guys stopped, and like when I managed to stop, and like kind of helped me out. Where I was so anxious to get back on the bike, I twisted the handlebars round. So then I was going down this fucking hard route. Like, it wasn't a nice little sort of cruisy route. It was like tough. I was going down this route with my fucking handlebars the wrong way around. So the brakes were like underneath. Like, you obviously, the brakes, if the bar's there, the brakes are in front. So they were underneath. So I'm going down this route with no brakes and the wheel the wrong way round. All because I was just a little bit too like quick and anxious to get back on my bike, so I didn't like piss everyone off or like, you know, stress everyone out. So like Tristan's like going, what the fuck are you doing? Like, this is actually like suicide. This is suicide. And he's like looking at, and I could see in his face that he can just see terror in mine. Like, I was just so like, I was absolutely petrified. I was so scared. But obviously I'm like, no, I'm fine, let's get it back on. He's like, no, you need to sit down and relax. And when we got to the bottom and like everyone was sort of there, I then realized like, I'm gonna throw up. Like, I don't think I've ever had that kind of nausea from fear and like adrenaline before. Like, and then everyone was like looking at me as well, so I was just like, it was just the worst. Like, it was social anxiety, it was like fear. I've just narrowly escaped death's grip. I've also been a bit of an idiot because I'm cycling down this fucking tough route with my bike the wrong way round. I've also fallen over, and everyone's now staring at me. So I was like, oh, I just don't want this. And I think like Tristan kind of saw that, and he sort of like ushered everyone along onto the next route, and just like sat with me and like made me like some glucose jelly bar and drink water and give me some nuts, and then told me some stories about the forest, and like sort of just to sort of like pacify me and calm me down a little bit, which was actually quite nice. But I just felt really, I don't know, a bit shaken. So it's kind of taught me a bit of a lesson, because I mean, I'm quite lucky. Like, I got out of it with just a few like scratches and scrapes, so like, you know, a few scrams. I'm nothing too major, no actual injuries. I didn't even feel this till afterwards as well. I was like, ow, all right, I've hurt my arm, because obviously adrenaline was like so strong. I didn't even know I did that. But can't really get away with the same sort of attitude of, oh yeah, I'm good, I can just do like whatever. I think I need to now invest in some like protective gear, and also maybe work on my technique a little bit, because this is actually quite dangerous and I didn't really take that into consideration. But on the positive side, when I caught up with everyone, once I'd calmed down, everyone gave me like a big cheer, and I was like, yeah, you know, woohoo, bow. And I actually then ended up making friends, and then they were all like swapping their like war stories with me, and then like they get me into the Facebook group, and now I even was talking to them about, you know, there's a race coming up, and there's like, so I'm getting like involved in some events now, which is pretty fun. Like I felt like my crusade kind of helped me make some nice connections with people, so that was really nice. I think, like, you know, just when you could tell when someone's having a bit of a shit time, you just kind of want to like look after them and like help them out and make them feel a bit more welcome, and that actually happened. So I felt pretty good at the end of it. It's probably for the best as well, just to sort of like round this story off, that I'm not going to be biking next week because I'm doing a skydive on behalf of Victoria's Promise, the charity which helps support young women battling with cancer. One of my good friends, Louisa Gordon, has gained so much value from this charity, and I've gone to some of the events there. It's quite a nice charity, close to my heart. So I'm going to post another little Insta post soon, which will have details of how you can donate if you would like to support me with that, because yeah, that's just a nice thing that humans do, isn't it? Quite classic. I'm gonna take a week off from biking, had a bit of a scare, just gonna jump out of a plane instead. Well, that's that happening. I just thought I'd share this story because I can't drive right now. I'm a bit shaken up, can't even shut my door, like I feel a bit claustrophobic. I'm just like, no, I just need to, so I might just sit in the car park for a couple hours, and maybe not that long, maybe like 10 minutes more. So moral of the story is, wear protective shit and don't be a confident prick, overly confident, arrogant asshole. And that was a bit mean. And also, don't worry about it, because then you make friends. So that's it. And donate to the charity when I put the post up. So thanks for listening, guys. Happy Sunday.